Hi, my name is Lauren. I am an attorney in Georgia. I am the owner of my own firm, the Law Office of Lauren A. Bryant, LLC. I'm a probate and estate planning attorney, and I have a small firm. I'm the only attorney, and I have a couple of staff members. I'm about to bring on a second attorney, and I would give Practice Panther a 5 out of 5. Before I opted and decided to go with Practice Panther, I'd actually been with another firm, a mid-sized firm, and we didn't have any kind of software program. We used Time Matters a little bit, but that was very clunky. It was very slow. And when I went out on my own and started my own firm, I actually reviewed a couple of different programs. I reviewed Abacus and Clio, and I settled on Practice Panther because it felt the most intuitive. I'm not a tech person at all. And the fact that I was able to very easily figure out how to use Practice Panther, and they had videos to show you how to do stuff. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to write code in anything. And I was able to very easily, for the intake forms example, figure out how to make my input data reflect on my forms because there was a video tutorial. So very, very user friendly, very almost idiot proof. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I'm very smart, but at least that's what people tell me. But I found it very intuitive, very just easy to use. So that's why I went with Practice Panther. All the reasons I chose Practice Panther. The first reason would be just how easy it was to use. It was incredibly intuitive. I did the free trial for several different programs. And I started on Practice Panther. That was actually the third one that I had looked into. And I was leaning towards a different program. And then when I logged in and started playing with Practice Panther, I thought it was like foolproof. I mean, it was so easy to use. And so my clients as well, you can re-up every year, and I've still been with Practice Panther. It's almost my third year now. And I've asked clients for feedback, and the clients find it very easy to use. I love the features that are available, how it integrates with my email. Again, not a tech person, and I found it super easy to install the little toggle, I don't even know the word, the button in the email that I use, and it saves all of my emails to client files, which is, as an attorney, it is vital that you have all of your communications saved in one spot. I think Practice Panther just upgraded, and so now the emails are actually viewable in an email format. So it's really easy. Clients like it. It's not that expensive. I mean, it costs money to have the software, but it is well worth the money for the different functions it provides. I love the intake. I'm sorry. I love the ability to create questionnaires, because now instead of pen and paper with my clients, I can just click a button and send them a questionnaire. And the information that they send back to me, I've figured out using the tutorial videos, I figured out how to input that data into forms. So whether I have a form retainer agreement or I have a form will, I'm able to just take the data with one click of a button and it automatically populates. So I didn't know that that was like where we were in science. Apparently, we are technology, and it makes it really, really easy. So those are just a couple of reasons I really like Practice Panther. I was very overwhelmed just in general because I had left my law firm where I'd been for almost 15 years, and I did not plan ever to have my own firm. Things happen. And so I very quickly decided that I needed to create my own firm, and I needed to very quickly get a program up and running that clients could reach out to me, that they could pay me, that they could sign retainer agreements, because I was on my own at first. And I found the process of learning. Again, I did the free program for a weekend or something. I forget how long the free trial was, but I was playing around with this program and other programs, and very quickly, this was the third one I looked at, and I stopped looking because it was just very easy to use for someone that's not very tech capable. I mean, I have my teenage kids help me with how to screenshot stuff. Like I'm not a old person. I mean, I'm not. I'm a millennial. And so some of these things should be intuitive to me. It should be easy to use. And I found Practice Panther to be very easy to use. The startup process was, again, I figured it out in a weekend. I literally started on a Saturday, and by Sunday afternoon, having played with the program for a couple of hours, I decided that this was the program that was going to make the most sense for me. It was the best in my budget. for what I needed. They had different options for the size of your firm. So because I'm a small firm, I didn't have to pay as much as a bigger firm. And as my firm has grown, I've easily added new members and the price has gone up, but not so much that it makes it not worth the program. Everything in Practice Panther, again, what I liked the most was the tutorial videos because I'm a visual learner. I need to see what I'm doing. And so trying to read a list of instructions is never going to work for me. I need to look at somebody showing me step by step. And so that is one of the best things I found about the onboarding or the initial process of Practice Panther was just how easy it was to follow along and do and learn stuff about the program that I didn't even know it could do. I think I started out with Practice Panther not utilizing the payment function. I went with law pay at first, and I realized that Practice Panther had an integrated pay function. It was the same price. I mean, everybody takes the same fee. So once I realized that my clients could sign retainers through Practice Panther, could send emails through Practice Panther, could remit payments through Practice Panther, it was one spot for everything, and it made it really, really easy. And it made it easy to onboard all of that. So again, I spent like a weekend learning it, watching different videos, playing around with the different functions. And by the end of that weekend, I was like, sold. This is what I'm going to use. And I have not looked back. It's been super easy. My staff finds it really easy. I have I'm onboarding a new admin assistant right now, and she came from Abacus. Her old firm used Abacus, and she's already like, "This is the future. Practice Panther is so easy to learn for someone that has never used it before." So that has been my experience so far. Watch the videos. I still go and watch the videos every once in a while, even now, to try and refresh myself. Even though I've been using the program for going on 3 years now, the videos are amazing. They teach you things you didn't know you needed. For example, the for me the biggest time saver has been creating intake forms. So I am an estate planning and probate attorney. I have questionnaires that I will message to my clients. I hyperlink it in the message. So learn how to hyperlink stuff if you don't know how. But I create a hyperlink within an email that I message through Practice Panther, and embedded in that hyperlink is questionnaires. I have will questionnaires, guardianship questionnaires, all of those I've created because I watched videos on how to create them. So advice would be spend the time, invest the time in watching the videos, learning how to step by step create your own forms, whether it's intake forms. You can create any document and you can embed the data from the questionnaires. You can link that, which sounds very futuristic and sciencey and engineering, but it's easy to do once you watch a video and learn how to do it. So for someone that is not tech savvy, the videos have been critical. I've all my new staff, when they onboard, they watch the different videos to just see how Practice Panther works. The other advice I would give is don't hesitate to reach out to Practice Panther. Over the last couple of years, we've had a few questions. We've had input and recommendations. For example, the email format that Practice Panther previously used. I think just this last week they started changing it and we got notice that it was being updated. Prior to now, the email format, when you saved a client email, so if you embed the link, the button in your email, so it's a little Practice Panther button and you click it on every email, it'll ask you which client you want to save it to once the programs are connected. And previously, it would just take all of the text and just plop it in a really stream of consciousness, almost reading form. And that was really hard when I wanted to go back and look for information clients had sent me that I had deleted from my inbox, but I put into the Practice Panther database to attach to that client. And they just updated it. So now when you open up the emails that you've saved to a client matter in Practice Panther, it looks just like you're reading an email. So they've got the footers and the heading, it's all organized. So that's really easy. So the point of that is that it seems like Practice Panther actually is listening to our feedback. I know my paralegal had reached out and was a little annoyed at the way it was done before. And now we got the feedback it seems like was listened to. And so it's a lot easier just to use that. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have comments, feedback, questions. My experience is that it's been well received and that changes are actually made to better benefit the practitioners who are using the program.